Hello, this is Real Rats, CEO of RatsPack Media. Yesterday, I started the conversation about landing pages. Today, I want to talk about two really important points in landing pages that I hope dramatically improve your landing pages and will hopefully lead to like a 10 to 20% optimization of your landing page. The first thing I want to talk about is that psychologically, people first look at larger text instead of smaller text. This is why they have headlines in newspapers, because the people will read the headline and then want to read more. So if the headline doesn't get people to want to read more, they won't. So a lot of businesses I've seen make landing pages where the name of their business is really big on the page, and then the actual purpose of the landing page is considerably smaller. For example, imagine if it said, RatsPack Media's Facebook course. So the first thing you'd read on the page is RatsPack Media. The problem is that people, psychologically, will only spend about 5 seconds until they've decided what the page is about and then have decided if they want to continue reading. So if the first thing they're looking at is your brand name and not why they're actually on the page, you've basically killed your chances of people opting into whatever it is you're asking them to do. So this is a really, really important thing to just focus on the landing page. Obviously, you want to talk about your brand and you want to say what your brand has done and how much great stuff and all the happy customers and everything, but it doesn't need to be the first words on the page, because just by having your logo bigger than the text that you want people to read, you're going to get people who will just not read the actual purpose of the landing page. Imagine you're paying 15 cents to get high quality people to come from Facebook to buy your Facebook course. And the first thing that they see is RatsPack Media. And then they say, who the heck is this guy? Who's RatsPack Media? And then they read down, they go, oh my gosh, my friend knows RatsPack Media. He must be really cool. The problem is they didn't get that far down the page. So instead of like reading on and finding out what the page is about and learning more, they just left. So you want to make sure that the hierarchy of what's important actually shows up on top, and the why they're there. You know, if you're claiming that you're going to double someone's revenue, then that should be the thing in big letters. Double your revenue, get the free course. That's what it should be. It should be the thing that brings them in the most. That should be the headline. The second tip that I want to give you guys in optimizing your landing pages is the number of fields that you force someone to fill out is really important. For example, with MailChimp by nature has the first and the last name in separate boxes when you fill out the form. So if you just signed up to MailChimp and you haven't yet edited your subscribe form, this is what it will look like. It will be first name, last name, email address. That means a person has to fill out 3 boxes. This is something that people consider to be a lot of effort. So the minute that they see there's a lot of boxes, they're going to give up. Meaning that it is much better to have just one field. If you're not planning to use the person's name, or you don't really need the person's name, you just want them to get on your email list, so your form could just simply have an email address and nothing else. And that is the best possible landing page, something that only asks for one thing. It's a very direct, concentrated thing that's only asking for just their email address, and they can click and go. And no, this does not help if you only require that one field. Just by having multiple fields, you're basically telling people, don't fill out my form. So Unbounce, a company I talked about in the past, actually did a study, and they wanted to see how many fields is too many. So they just started putting in tons of fields. They started doing first name, last name, email address, phone number, address, company name, company size, business, all of these things, tons and tons of questions. And what it did was they noticed that once you hit 4 boxes, the average stays about the same until you get to 7. Meaning, if you're already planning to ask 4 questions, which could just be first, last name, email address, and phone number, at that point, you've already killed your conversion score enough that it's actually worth it to just ask 3 more questions. You've already gone so far that you've convinced so many people not to fill out your form that you might as well just ask more, because the conversion rate will be just about the same at 7 questions as it will with 4. So this lesson is, if you don't need information today, don't ask for it today. You could always ask tomorrow, because if you don't get a person's email address now, you probably won't get it later. So better get them to your website, ask just for their email address. Then tomorrow, you could offer them something else. Tell them, hey reader, thanks so much for signing up to my email list. Why don't you get this free ebook. Give us your phone number to get the ebook. And then if they say no, you've already gotten their email address. You could ask them the next day, and the next day, and 2 days later, and a week later, and a month later. There's no requirement to ask for a bunch of stuff because you've already gotten one piece. And if you continue to get one piece and then one more piece of information and the next piece of information, it will take longer, but you'll have a much higher rate of conversions, of people actually giving their information. So these are the 2 lessons that I wanted to teach you today that can seriously optimize your landing pages, and I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions about landing pages, I'm hoping that my friend will come in a few weeks, and so just message them down below or message the page on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and share and comment and thumbs up on YouTube, and have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.